Welcome to the master bedroom. So when we first bought the triple gable Queenslander, this master bedroom was in need of a bit of love and care. So when we did our inspection of this home, when we first walked through it, there was carpet on the floors in here, a master bed in the middle of the room, and a low-hanging chandelier which dropped down from the 3-meter high ceiling. It had this lovely built-in window over here, yellow and blue walls on the VJs, and a pretty run-down cupboard space which wasn't very usable at the time. So we've decided to do a lot of work to this room, and we're excited to show you the result. The first thing we did in this room was scrub the walls from top to toe. So they were covered in nicotine and muck and probably hadn't been cleaned in at least 10 years. So Emily and I took several nights and several days to get sugar soap, wet rags, and scrub down the walls by hand. We then vacuumed the room, ripped out the carpet as well, and made sure this room was ready to be sanded and painted. Now some of the walls needed sanding and patching, so we filled some holes and sanded them. And then we also redid the floors. So that meant getting a drum sander, an edging sander, and finishing the floors, and then using a polyurethane coat over the top to seal them in. So beneath the carpet, there was actually vinyl and some Japanese rice paper. It was really weird. So there were layers on layers in the floor, but we went straight back down to the bare timber because we think vinyl's probably gone out and we love timber floors. So we're really happy to refinish the floors in the bedroom. We got our Sparky Bryson to remove the chandelier and put in a black feature ceiling fan, as this really makes the room feel like it's more spacious because the chandelier dropping down really cramped the space and made it feel like it was smaller than it actually was. And we've made really good use of the bench seat by painting that in, chucking a pillow there, putting a hanging plant over the top of it, so it's a really nice usable space now. So we installed these lights either side of the bed, and that was really easy DIY. They just plug in and play lights. So we went to a local lighting solutions place, purchased these lights, installed the brackets on the walls, and put some nice little bedside tables each side of the master bed to give the room a better feel and to kind of structure out and give it kind of a bed head without having a bed head, if that makes sense. Now with the painting, we decided to go white on both the walls and the ceiling. And that made life for ourselves a lot easier because we could undercoat the whole room with the paint sprayer and then do white on white using ceiling paint on the roof and normal paint on the walls. It gave us a really nice color and a really nice finish, and was much easier than having to cut in and edge the walls if we were going to do two tones on the walls and the ceiling. We're really happy with the painting result and love the look in this room. So this looks pretty good, I reckon. We've installed a arch mirror over here from Target. It was only 70 bucks, well worth the money, and it looks fantastic. And you can get a beautiful view of yourself if you need to. And we made use of the open plan cupboard. We thought about installing maybe some curtains or some doors back on this open cupboard to enclose it again, but we've decided to go with an open plan feel. So we have storage up the top for suitcases. The middle layer is for winter gear, and then when you come down, we've got a drawers in the middle. So we decided to keep the drawers with an original finish. So we just cleaned them up and put them back in place. And then for the rest of the wardrobe, we've got a his and hers. So Emily has all her hanging space and some storage below, and I've got all my hanging space for shirts and jackets. So there's 4 drawers underneath the bed, and that gives us heaps of extra storage in this room. The open plan cupboards isn't the same as having a walk-in robe, so having the extra storage under the bed makes the space really usable, and it works for us. We decided to keep the original switch. The home was built in roughly the 1910s or the 1920s, and so we thought it was a really nice touch to try and keep the original hardware that was here. We love the style, that it's a very manual kind of switch. It's heavy, and we replaced the lights in this room with low power LEDs that are on a warm white color. So it gives the room a nice feel and doesn't use a lot of power. So our Sparky wasn't sure if we actually wanted to keep the old switch here when he was installing the fan, but he had a workaround to make sure that the fan worked and looked like it was part of the room. So the actual switch here for the fan is right here, but the cabling is in this section here, which looks like it's part of the VJ. So we just painted that up when we painted the rest of the room. Really happy with the fan. We love it. We picked it out ourselves, spent a bit of extra money on it, and we'd highly recommend you spend a bit more money on those feature pieces in the center of the room, like lights and fans, because they really give it a better vibe and feel, and we couldn't be happier with that choice. Thanks for checking out the master bedroom room reveal. There'll be more of these videos to come, so subscribe to the channel. Click here to catch up on our renovation series of the Triple Gable Queenslander. See you in the next one.